Well, a law passed in 2020 under Democratic leadership gave the Virginia Department of Education more power to create policies impacting transgender students statewide. But some argue Governor Youngkin's new rules that prioritize parental rights do the exact opposite of what that law intended.
I was heartbroken. It felt like a punch to the gut.
Today, reaction from transgender college student Anthony Bellotti, who helped craft state standards that Governor Glenn Youngkin is now replacing.
Youth, in order to be respected in schools, now have to get basically a permission slip from their parents. And forcing students to come out on any timeline that's not their own is unfair and dangerous.
The new policy says parents must approve in-school counseling services on gender, as well as pronoun and name changes in writing. Youngkin's policy also says teachers cannot be forced to use a student's preferred pronouns if that violates their constitutional rights, or be told to hide important information about a student's gender from parents. All changes Hanover mother Tara Lawrence supports.
I'm excited about the new policies. I feel like they encompass parental rights and protect the rights of all students.
The new standards also say students shall use bathrooms that correspond to his or her sex, except to the extent that federal law otherwise requires. Richmond law professor Jack Price says this update appears to change nothing for trans students who can still use facilities that match their gender identity under federal law.
This order specifically recognizes that they have rights under federal law, and it does not attempt to change any of those rights under federal law, nor could it even do so if it wanted to.
Meantime, as some question whether Youngkin even has the power to change state standards without help from the General Assembly, Price says the existing law is vague, which could lean in the governor's favor. But
the short answer is we don't quite know for sure yet.
Now, after a public comment period wraps up, Youngkin's administration says school districts must adopt standards that are consistent with these new state policies. Now, Price says that there is no specific punishment outlined in the law, but those that refuse to comply could be vulnerable to lawsuits. Reporting in Richmond, I'm Jackie DeFusco.